Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to look at another one here from English Heritage, and I'm going to probably butcher this name, but you guys will correct me, I'm sure, in the comments. It is Lindisfarne Priory. 10 places that made England with Dan Snow. There's actually like several of these videos. I don't know if there's a full 10 or if they do multiple ones per episode. I'm not sure, but this one looked pretty interesting to me, and I always like seeing Dan Snow. But I will link this video in the description along with links to Patreon and how you can support the channel here on YouTube. But let's go ahead and check this out. Look at that. Wow. That would have been massive. Pretty place.
I've come to the beautiful coast of Northumberland. Today, surely one of the most peaceful, one of the most spiritual places in Britain. But it wasn't always like that.
In the year 793, dreadful forewarnings
790.
Northumbria, terrifying the people most woefully. There were immense sheets of light rushing through the air, and whirlwinds and fiery dragons flying across the firmament, soon followed by a great famine. And soon after, the harrowing inroads of heathen men made lamentable havoc in the Church of God in Lindisfarne by fierce robbery and slaughter.
That is how
It almost sounded like, what's her name? Lena. I can't remember what her last is. It Heidi? But it reminded me of like some of like the beginning of the second 300 movie a little bit.
one medieval chronicler described the events of the year 793 AD, when the place I'm visiting became one of the first places in Britain to experience the wrath of a Viking raid.
Okay. That's interesting.
Lindisfarne lies just off the coast. It can still only be reached at certain times of day across a tidal causeway.
Okay. Wouldn't want to get stuck out there.
There's been a religious institution here for 1,400 years, starting when the King of Northumbria, Oswald, invited Celtic monks from Iona in Scotland to create a new monastery here on Lindisfarne.
Beautiful place.
Before the Vikings arrived here, it was a thriving monastic community, over 30 monks, cut off from the distractions of the mainland, famous for producing beautiful manuscripts and supported by the money of visiting pilgrims.
Ah,
The person
they
who
were
drew all those pilgrims
they had to be well supported because that play, I mean, it's massive. You could tell how massive it would have been. I wonder how many monks would have been there, or I mean, it would have held a lot of people, that's for sure.
here is first believed to have been buried somewhere round about here. The original Anglo-Saxon church is long since gone, destroyed in part by the Vikings, but this was its east end. This is where the saint could be laid to rest and venerated.
The saint was Cuthbert. He'd been a monk and bishop of Lindisfarne in the 670s and 680s. who had earned a reputation as a seer and healer. After his burial, miracles were soon reported. The gravesite became a shrine, and Cuthbert became a key saint in the prosperous kingdom of Northumbria.
Wow.
But as Lindisfarne's reputation spread, it attracted less pious attention. News of Lindisfarne's wealth must have spread across the North Sea to Scandinavia. And while the island was remote, isolated from much of the rest of Britain, to experienced sailors with the wind at their backs, it was all too excessive. This was a clash of two very different cultures. A settled community of Christians devoted to peaceful contemplation and books, and a marauding war band, followers of Thor and Odin, hungry for slaves and gold.
Mm.
The raid in 793 was the first of many raids along this coastline, as the Vikings returned again and again.
It
Eventually,
was so
the
pretty.
monks decided that they and their beloved Saint Cuthbert were no longer safe here, and it was time to go.
The remains of Saint Cuthbert were moved to the mainland. They finally found a resting place at Durham, where a new cathedral was founded.
Okay.
Life did go on here in Lindisfarne, although it wasn't quite ever the same as it had been before the Viking raids. But then that changed when in the 12th century, England's new Norman rulers decided to start building this massive stone abbey here.
Oh, so this came after.
Surround us today. Just look at this astonishing rainbow arch. Once one of two interlocking arches that held up the mighty tower above. This is one of Norman England's most spectacular architectural achievements.
Wow. Look at that. Can you imagine? Bet it was beautiful.
Lindisfarne really epitomised the story of resilient Christianity. How those Christians first arrived here in the early medieval period, and they thrived in this isolated place of hermits and pilgrims. Lindisfarne was ravaged by the Vikings, but it re-emerges as a spiritual centre for the people of Northumbria and beyond.
Wow. That is super cool. I need to look this one up and see, like, sometimes you can find, like, where people have kind of sketched it out or done it digitally and kind of try to make it look like it might have looked before. That's one I'll definitely have to try to take a look at. But I enjoyed that one a lot. I hope you guys did too. So it does look like they probably did 10 videos of this, I would assume. I do have a couple other ones saved, so I'd like to kind of go through these. But yeah, let me know if you guys have been to this place. Like, I can't imagine standing in the middle of those ruins and I would just daydream about what it would have looked like. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you've been there and what you thought about it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow with probably another one of these videos if you guys are into it. So let me know. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll catch you for the next one.